What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. I got a lot of questions about my Notion setup and also about how I use Notion to basically have an on-the-go agenda now and just get things done. So today I want to go deeper into my Notion setup and talk specifically about how I created this agenda setup in Notion that helps me be so productive. So shortly I'm going to take you guys into my computer, show you exactly how I set it up, and we're going to build one from scratch together in Notion. You guys can literally watch through this entire video and have the exact same agenda setup that I have. So first, before we go into the setup, I want to talk about why exactly I set up my Notion this way. So you see on the screen right here, instead of having that complicated stuff that we see in those typical physical planners that we get, I created a system where, first of all, the focus is on essentialism. I'm not stacking my agenda full every day and not knowing where to look and what to do first. Instead, at the very top, I have a section that says this week's goal. Every single week, I want to be working towards one or two big goals, because the key to getting things done is having your priorities and having your goals straight. The issue nowadays with productivity is so many of us are so focused on constantly staying busy, but in hindsight we look back and think, wow, where did all my time go? Like, what did I actually accomplish with all this stuff I was doing? So the reason why we have these big goals up here is because we want to approach every single thing we do throughout the week with intention, and then under each day of the week I have those top 3 things, which is where I will put the top 3 things that I want to focus on for that day. The reason why this is effective is also because we want to have a direction for each day on what we are achieving. Now, as long as I finish those top 3 things, I'm not going to aimlessly feel like, oh, I still need to do more, I still need to do more. I have the reason to give myself a break and recharge and focus on my mental health. And a thing to note for these top 3 things each day is that they should tie in really well with the week's top goals. That way, by the end of the entire week, you can look back and see, wow, I have done 3 things every single day, which is a total of 15 things moving me towards achieving those top goals of the week. And I think that makes every single week so productive. With that being said, we're gonna hop into my Notion. I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I set it up. Let's get started. All right, guys, so we made it into my screen here. And you know, it's been 3 weeks since using Notion, and this spread is definitely my best friend. I've been spending all my time here, but of course, spend more time doing the things rather than organizing the things that you have to do. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to show you guys exactly how I created this weekly agenda from scratch. So let's begin with a brand new page. Go to the bottom left here and click new page. And Notion has so many templates that you can use. So this was actually created from a template, which actually makes things easier. So just click templates right here. There are many sections, but you want to go down to the personal section, and under personal section, you just need to click weekly agenda right here. Up here on the top right, click use this template. Notion will automatically create a brand new page here with the template that we selected. We're going to transform this weekly agenda into the effective weekly agenda that I have created right here. So first of all, let's create a little bit more room for each of these days to have a space. So I like to have my days ordered where there's 3 on top and then 3 on the bottom. So I'm going to select these 3 by highlighting, and then see these 6 dots over here. You're just going to drag it down until you see this blue line. So these blue lines are your guides for basically how it's going to look after you let go of the mouse. So I'm going to let go. Bam, and you see it's down here. However, it is one on top of the other, so I'm gonna select Friday with this line here and then drag it to the right of Thursday. You see this tiny blue line here, and then we're gonna put weekend to the right of Friday. This way we have 3 rows, and as you can see, these little borders are a bit messed up, so I'm just gonna take this border, see that blue line, put it under there, and the same thing for the weekend. I'm gonna put this right here, and now we've created the 3 different columns for each day of the week plus the weekend, which is perfect. Now I want to add some customization to make it, aesthetically pleasing. If you're going to be looking at this every day, you might as well, right? So let's add a cover first. Right under the big emoji here, you click add cover, and then let's create a cover that represents how, a good mood. And the great thing is you don't even have to be a photographer. You don't need to upload your own photos, of course. You can use Unsplash to use the photos that they already have on stock, and most of them are already gorgeous. So let's say I want to have my days be aesthetic, right? So let's type in aesthetic and see what comes up. This is beautiful. I think this banana puts me in a good mood because bananas are cool. So let's put a banana here, but of course, up to your personal preference. And then you can also change the emoji. So let's say instead of this one, I wanted to create an agenda that looks like this instead. So we're going to do that instead. And then we have the emoji. Next, we want to create the weekly agenda goals. But before that, one more customization. Let's add a really nice little banner looking thing, which is what I have here, in order to add to the aesthetic. So what you're going to do is you're going to type /, which will give you the options to add any of the basic blocks here. As you can see, there's so many options, but you don't have to scroll all the way down to find it. You can just type image. So I'm just going to type image, and you have this option. And now you can add an image, and I'm going to upload an image from my desktop. So let's put this image. This is a nice pink marble banner that I just have saved, and I just think it's pretty. As you can tell, my aesthetic, I just really like the color pink, so we're gonna go with that. And then you can add it here. An alternative is you can also go to your local file and just choose the image and just drag and drop, and it'll just show up. And then you can also change the size of the banner, but of course, let's just keep it full width for the aesthetic. And see, if you drag it all the way, bam, becomes a banner, and that is beautiful. And now we're going to come here and create the different aspects of the agenda. But first, I also want to add an emoji in front of each of these days. So how are we going to do that? You can use the colon, which will automatically open your emoji options. So let's say you want to add an apple for Monday. You will type apple, and then it'll show up right there. And let's say for Tuesday, let's just go with the fruit theme. I'm feeling fruity today. Let's go with banana. Wednesday, is kiwi emoji a thing? Yes! Yes, it is. Thursday, let's go with, like, I don't know, strawberry. Oh, so cute. Friday, what's a fruity Friday thing? Blueberry. Dang, they don't have blueberries? That's whack. Let's put a tomato there instead. And then for the weekend, let's put a star, because why not? And that's super simple how you add the emojis. And here I have my weekly agenda showing each day of the week spelled in full. But here we have the shortcuts, and how you change that, you literally just go here and I'm just gonna add the day. So let's speed through this. Perfect. And now let's add each of the sections below the days. So first, top 3 things. And as you can see, when you type the text, it just shows up as normal, right? So how you change that? You're just gonna go to click the dots here, and then you're gonna click turn into, and you can choose heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. I just want to use heading 3 because I don't want it to stand out too much. And actually, I'm gonna change these into heading 1 because I want the days of the week to stand out a little bit more. So let's make these into heading 1. Perfect, that's much better. And here we have this one in heading 3. So, colon. And then how we create the to-dos is you are going to you can type the /, which will open all the block options, and you can scroll and click the to-do list here to create it. Or you can use the keyboard shortcut, which is easier. But when you create it and you press enter, it's automatically going to create it for you. But if you want to use the keyboard shortcut, you just do square bracket and then another square bracket, and then bam, you got a to-do thing, which is so convenient. So we got top 3 things here, and then let's add the checklist. Now, another way to create a heading is you can use the hashtag shortcut. So let's say I want to do heading 3, and that would be 3 hashtags. Heading 1 is 1 hashtag, heading 2 is 2 hashtags. So 3 hashtags, press space, see, heading 3, and then you can click, you can type checklist. And then go down here, let's do the square brackets. There, and now we have 3 different sections under each. And the great thing about Notion is, of course, you can copy paste each of the sections under each of the days. So instead of manually creating this for every single day, you can just click and drag and select this entire section. I'm just going to Control C on my keyboard, and then I'm going to go under each day of the week and type Control V. And then on the weekend, we don't need to have the top 3 things, so let's just create some to-dos in case I want to, add stuff for buying groceries or whatever. And if we want to be even more fancy with it and make it even more like the way I designed it, you can add background colors here. So let's go behind each of the days and click this 6 dots. And then here where it says color, you can choose a color. You can either change the text color, you see I just made it blue, or I'm just gonna change the text color back to black. I prefer to actually change the background color. So let's make this, I don't know, orange. Perfect. And then if you want to make these ones pop, I like to change the text color. So let's change this text color to orange as well. And if I wanted to, I could have just done this on here and just copy paste it into the rest, but we're not going to do that in this video here. But I'm going to make that orange and I'm going to make this blue so that it stands out even more. And as you can see, we have one essential step missing, which is the big thing that we want to accomplish each week. So let's type in heading 2. So we're going to use 2 hashtags, this week's goal. And then we're going to create a call out space to input the day's goals. So / and then I'm going to click call out, which is what makes writing stand out. Let's make this into a light bulb emoji because it symbolizes great ideas. And let's say this week's goal is to complete my scrapbook. Something fun like that, right? And then every single week you can just refresh this goal. And I want my banner to be on top, so I'm literally just gonna drag my banner up here and then we have it on top. And voila guys, that's it. This is the weekly agenda now that you can use and refresh every single week. And so every day you can just go in, type in your top 3 things, add checklists if you want, and then you can just check things off as you go. And what I do at the end of the week is, so let's say blah blah blah. Okay, I don't even know why I type eat cookie. But if you finish the week, all I do is drag this. And then you see on the bottom right here under weekend, there is an archive folder. So I literally just drag and drop it into the archives. And then I just refresh again by adding 3 clean spaces for me to add to-dos. That way every single week I am refreshing it. And that's it. And of course, this is so awesome. You can have this on your phone as well. I'm going to show you on my phone. On my phone here, I have the weekly agenda. This is my own, and this is the one that we just made together. And it's so easy. I can just go in, type stuff, check stuff off, drag and drop things, and everything syncs across all of my devices. And this is what I have been using for basically planning all of my weeks and keeping track of my to-dos. And it's just so easy because when you have a system where you can dump all of your thoughts and ideas and goals and everything instead of keeping it all in your head, it just frees up space in your mind to focus on what really matters. Alright, so that's it for the video. And as you can see, it's a super duper simple setup and anyone can do it. So please let me know if you created the setup for yourself and let me know how it works for you. And let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions and if you have even more creative ideas for how to set up an agenda in Notion that will maximize productivity. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and the notification bell and most importantly the subscribe button because I'll be posting videos every single Sunday to talk about productivity tools and basically how to become intentional and high-performing human beings. So that being said, thanks guys, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.